What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kells, and welcome to #TalksWithKells. We have JT on our show today. Mr. JT, how's it?
Nice, man. You nice?
Number one.
Nice with it.
Finally, you're here.
Finally, we're here.
We have been organizing this one, I think, for 3 months about now. You've been skeptical about it.
Not skeptical, man. It's just jail.
Yeah.
It's just been a lot of things, but
Time.
thank you for having me. Yeah, it's just time and other things that have been making.
Are you good though?
Nice, man.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels good.
Are you sure?
100%.
Cool. Number one.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna start this whole thing.
Let's do it, man.
How did you know you had an interest in producing music?
Honestly, I didn't think I wanted to do music.
Okay.
Growing up, it was the poetry thing.
All right.
2004, 2005 poetry, 2006. You know, when you do poetry, you in a way sway into rap.
Yeah.
I was doing rap, Nahomes Magandi, and then we started a band. When we started the band, the plan was you will rap on the band, something like Ndimande, you know.
Okay.
And then I was tricked into singing.
Oh.
And then that's where the singing thing came on. And then, you know, people told me like, you're actually nice with this thing, you're good. And then I took it on, and then that's been
the thing
ever since. Yeah.
Basically, you call yourself Mike Tyson on the mic.
I mean, the Iron Mike. If you know Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah.
It's just a play of words, but I look up to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
In his prime.
In his prime.
In his prime. Mike Tyson is the boxing god, man. Things that he did whenever he went against his opponents were
so when you're on the mic, you're exceptional.
When I'm on the mic, I'm giving jabs. Okay, not the vaccine ones, but I'm literally giving, you know? I'm giving jabs, I'm giving people healing, I'm giving people nice time.
There's hope in your music.
Yeah.
Love it. What is the sound of JTtheVoice? I think more of what is the signature?
The signature now is I'm trying to put everything together into one, because now I've actually started to tap into dance.
Okay.
So I would just call it African funk, because that's where it starts for me. It's African funk. If I'm going to do jazz, there's going to be my own funk. If I'm going to do dance like I'm doing now, piano is going to be funk. If I'm going to do Afro jazz, it's just going to be funk. African traditional funk, that's what I would call it.
That's your signature?
That's me, yeah.
Stands out about you?
That's what stands out. Actually, the velvety voice also.
Yeah, no.
That I think is
the velvety voice.
What stands out. Yeah.
Hey, we are well ready.
Yeah. That's what stands out.
Okay.
Let me have a sip of this.
Tell us about the title of your first album, D.O.P.
D.O.P is actually my late mother's name.
Oh man, okay.
A lot of plan, a lot of emphasis, a lot of communicating with my family from my mother's side went into the album. The colors, the album sleeve, the 10, everything. So it's actually my mother's name. It means Ndombi.
Ndombi.
Yeah, it's a Sotho name.
Okay.
It was my debut album.
Okay.
To put a stamp to say, okay, I am going full on with this music thing. And if I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to name something that means something to me. That way it will be easier to set it. It will be easier to actually make it my selling point. Like, what does it mean?
Okay.
Where were you? Why 10 songs? Why this? Why that? So it means mother.
So basically that album was designed for your mother?
It's designed for everybody that has a mother, everybody that has lost a mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So has she ever heard you sing?
She's never heard me sing. She passed away when I was a kid.
Snap.
But I think when you lose somebody like your mother, you gain like a powerful ancestor, right?
That's true.
You know, from the other end, you're protected in all your ways, because music is tough, bro. You need prayer, you need guidance, you need protection. It's a cutthroat. You need to move undetected. You need to know. You need to build relationships. So that's pretty much why.
Phew. Yeah, you got me a bit emotional there, man. Yeah.
Don't get emotional. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah, you
heal from it. I think you can heal from it before you can start opening yourself up, you know, to even talk about such things. Until you've healed, don't talk about anything don't post about anything, don't mention anything until you've healed. It goes as far as relationships. If you haven't healed, don't move on to the next
Hey,
person.
Maramankazana, bitch. That one.
Anyways.
that one is not a sexual thing, bitch.
Yeah.
Who would you say was your biggest support in building the brand JTtheVoice?
A lot of people, bro. My brother, Mosta.
Okay.
Osnati. Onke. Pete.
Yeah.
Family. Ben, because Ben would even give me his car, to go to gigs.
Oh.
Onke would also give me his car to go to gigs.
Oh, snap. So there has been massive support.
I have a team, but they're friends. So if ever I'm doing something, they'll go out of their way to make sure that, okay, he's nice. Because my dream has always been for two in a sense that for a lot of people, but for me. So it's family. Family also. You know when you're a black child, right?
Yeah.
And then you come from Nhlengethwa, this is where you're from. The luxury to dream isn't given to a lot of people.
That's true.
You need to go to school, you need to get a job, you need to do...
You don't believe in that philosophy?
So for them to have given me the platform and the luxury to say, okay, I'm pursuing this thing, and they support me. When I'm on TV, they watch. When I'm on radio, they listen. Newspaper, they even tag me. So family, I would say it's the center of everything, especially my people. I wanna be that I know where I should be, that I know that's where I should be. Let's do one more time. Well, I do it every year.
Yeah.
And I do it towards the end of the year, December. Like, the reason for that is I'm not booked a lot here at home. Okay. The support is amazing. Now, besides that, man, like people think I'm expensive.
I like
no, wait, promoters here think I'm expensive, right?
But
so,
you are expensive. I can tell.
Is 10K expensive?
Oh, 10K is expensive, bro. Yo,
Joking, just joking. Okay. It's not 10K, guys.
Yeah,
it's not.
You never reveal the numbers. Yeah.
But Ratanda Wakanda was like, you know what? I've got a lot of followers. I've got a lot of people that love what I do, right? Yeah. And I can't take them with me if I'm gonna have a gig in KZN, in Cape Town, in Duduza, in wherever. Let me do a show at the end of the year, where whatever money I would have made from Jan until November, I will use that money for. Because I run it literally from my own pockets, right? Okay. So it's my savings, and then I do the show for people in Ratanda to actually come through and see me perform, and to make it easier for them, accessible-wise and whatever. So that's how the idea came about. And I have to say, man, people from Ratanda supported, bro.
You've got massive support.
I'm not sure about the powers that are here as far as Elise, because I've been knocking on their door, but the ordinary guy who lives, the guy who lives in Nhlengethwa, the guy who lives at Blessbok, the guy who lives at 3, A1, time, they pull through, which is good enough for me, makes me do what I do even more. Wherever I perform, whatever I do, interviews, I always mention I'm from here, Ratanda, because I've seen how they come through for me. I've had the interview with Power FM at 1 to 2, and people were tuned in, So for me, it's things that actually touch me to say, man, it's 2. If it was me, I would be sleeping. I would catch it in the morning. But they'll tag me, man, a nice song or whatever. So that's why I did Ratanda Wakanda.
It's the drive.
I did it in 2020 when there was COVID, hard as it was, but I had to do it. I did it last year.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. How did you survive that on COVID, and then you had to perform such a...
it was, honestly, I had to dive into my savings. I had to dive into my savings because, one, I've got no...
Nice, eh?
Nah, they're not nice. I'm eating my kids' money. I'm eating vacation money. I'm eating, I had to go into my savings, and obviously my friends would come in. What do you need? And then and then we would put off the event. So it was 2020 was tough, man. Besides events, and you're losing people on a daily. When you wake up, there's someone that's passed on, and when you wake up, someone is sick, is the hospital. So generally, you will conclude like, yo, just barely. With the report we've had, these people are not going to come back. So it's been a tough year. And I'm just thankful that we were able to do the show also in 2020. COVID year.
More successful shows are coming up.
True.
The numbers increase.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah.
How do you draw the line from being JT the voice to being Tumelo the brother, love and friend? How do you separate the two characters?
Characters.
Yeah, I mean, there's JT.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
It's the stage name.
JT is the alter ego thing. It's the Mike Tyson thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's for me. It's understanding that when the music stops, I need to be a friend. I don't need to exist in that realm of JT, because JTtheVoice is an entertainer, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Someone that writes music, but at the end of the day, when the music stops, you need to go home and be a friend. I understood that at the earliest age. Because another thing with me, I do my own shows, I get my own gigs, I do pretty much everything compared to another artist who just sits and then they tell them like, yo, you've got a gig wherever. For them, it's like, oh, but with me, I understand the importance of interacting with people, asking for gigs, sending emails. When you do that, you're not the artist yourself. You literally have a lot of hats on. Meaning, at the end of the day, you need to also be yourself.
Isn't that too much admin for you?
My background is that of public relations.
Okay.
And I was in a band. I was literally doing management and PR. Also, I think you get used to it. It's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. But you get used to it. You get used to it. Nah, not really. No, you get used to it. With time. You get used to it. Like when you get an email, you know how to put out an email, how to send it out. When you speak to a promoter, you know what to say. When you're on stage, you know what to do. It's that thing. Just learning the game entirely. That's just yeah. Yeah, man. I told you I'm Tyson.
A complete player. Yeah. Yeah. So in the last Ratanda Wakanda, you had this amateur way to do.
Ah, Z.
How did that relationship between you start, if there's any?
Z.
Z. Definitely there's a relationship.
Zamacho.
Z.
Now call it Z now. Call it Z now. Guys are out of order, eh? I call it Z because Uzama.
Yeah.
We had lunch Eastgate before I could actually tell her about the show. Sent her a DM, blue tick, sent her another one, and then
Hey, never to blue tick a guy like you.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Zamacho, come on. Zama, Anyways, so initially she agreed and then we had lunch. I told her about this event I'm running for my own pocket, and so like, okay, it's fine. I like your energy, I love your persistence and whatever. I'll pull through, it's not a problem. And then from there on, I've plugged her on also other gigs. We talk, she'd send me music, I would send her my own music. So it's just, the contact is there. If she needs me, I know she'd text me. If I need, I know I'll also text her. In what sense? In what sense, man? No, now currently, no, I don't need it. I needed her. No, I needed her. No, I'm nice now. But she's needable if you need someone for music and entertainment, yeah.
Hey, you have to digest that question, man.
No, there's no need to digest it. It's easy. I don't need her now. I needed her when I did the event. What do you mean? Do you need her?
No, I don't. I don't
cool.
Okay. But yeah, that's true.
Right.
If you have a song that's doing great called Praying, how did that song come about?
Praying is a healer, bro. That song, I was on Twitter. I was actually speaking Nonati. Like, yo, I'm thinking of tapping into dance music.
Yeah.
And then we speak about it for like a week. Okay, cool, And then Honcho is from Malawi originally. He's in Malawi as we speak. He sends an instrument on Twitter. He takes Honcho is the guy who produced Praying.
Okay.
He's in Malawi. So he posts the Praying beat on Twitter. And then I hear it, I'm like, okay, let me DM him. In fact, I didn't DM him. I commented on that post to say, yo, I'm JT from SA. I love the instrument. If you're down, let's rock with the beat. I've got something, right? Lying at the time, I didn't have anything. I just vibed with the beat. Well, for me, I wanted him to give me it because it was nice, right? I'm in Randbeck at the time. He sends me the instrument, DM, we talk, we speak, we find, and start writing. All I had was praying, bro. Like, sheesh, man. It was just a tough year, 2020, 21. So I had this praying thing. I wrote that. Well, I recorded it on my phone. I didn't write it per se. Because what I do is I've got two phones. So this other one was playing the instrument. This one was literally... Yeah, not me, man. Using a movie set. And so anyways, I was just, playing. And then I was recording whatever I'm doing. That's how my writing comes about. I would play the instrument and just freestyle whatever. whatever. And okay, cool, I have an idea. Cool. I call Udu, who's in Deep Kloof in Soweto. Yo, I've got an instrument. I'm here in Randburg. I need studio time. I go to his place. We do praying, one take, from start to end. Praying. We finish it. We listen to it. I do ad-libs. Ad-libs is when you back certain places of the song where you feel like, okay, this needs back here. We do that. Nice. We record it. I send it back to the guys. We did 2 songs.
Okay.
Praying in Time. I track my vocals, I send them back to them that side in Malawi. They listen to the songs. Me, I'm like, guys, let's release Time. I love Time. Yeah, we'll release Time. You know, they're lying to me. They release Praying. Sheesh, man. TikTok picked it up. It was trending on TikTok. I think it's still trending even now.
I saw it's also trending on Twitter.
Twitter is also trending. Yeah, when we post on Twitter, we get around 50k views on a Sunday. Yeah, it's over now. So it's a beautiful song. Not really, man. It's the song. It's the energy.
It's the real Mike Tyson. Hey, guy, this guy's massive. Yo, yeah.
So yeah, and then the song is out. You know, it's doing numbers on Twitter. It's doing numbers on TikTok. It's doing numbers on Spotify now. So on Spotify, it's the streaming world, right? Yeah. So when your song is whatever and you release it, you need to pitch it on Spotify. If they like it, they can put it on playlists.
Okay.
So I didn't pitch the song, I just released it. People picked it up and then they started putting it on the playlist. So as we speak now, I mean, the song was released in Feb. We're in March now. We are literally sitting on 187 playlists. Over 11,000 streams in literally a month. So and it's bubbling under, right? It hasn't reached the commercial thingy, of which that's where we're gonna go now. So it's definitely a healer. People that have listened to the song, man, it's healing, it's praying, something that we all relate to, right? Yeah. That's how the song came about. Twitter was made for me.
Twitter is massive. Guys like you.
But it's made for everyone. It's how you use Twitter, I think.
Yes.
You can use it to push your stuff, or you can use it to check what's happening, what's trending, whatever. But I advise people to use it how they want to use it and how they want to gain from it.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
In the music industry, how important is it to preserve yourself and make sure that you build your brand enough that it becomes your source of general wealth? Consider that nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing is, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is. So music, I had a conversation, let me not name drop or anything, but I had a conversation with this other musician. Like, yo, in the music game, you've got 7 years in. God willing, you've got 7 years. But most likely you've got 4 years to be relevant. 4 years to be in the game.
You got 7 years?
So if I'm famous now, right?
No, you are famous.
Nah, man. People don't know me. Popular. Popular, yeah. But if you get into the game, and let me maybe use Casper, right?
People don't like Casper, but okay, that's good.
Yeah, but let me use him as a reference point. You get into the game, Dog Shebeleza, you blow up, right? So you are in the game already now, sharp, and then you've got this is what this guy was saying. Hopefully, I'll explain it better.
Yeah.
So you've got 7 years to be relevant.
Yeah.
I'm using relevant loosely because there's someone who's always going to come into the game the following month, the following year.
That's true.
Right? So how do you then stay relevant once you're in the game?
Yeah.
You create fill up things. He created fill up every year. That's how he built his relevance in a way. So if you get into the game, make sure the 4 years in the game, milk it, bro. Milk it. God willing, you will go to the 7th year. Because there's always someone who's bubbling under is going to come. We can't be like now, we can't be listening. We're not looking up to AKA for the next big song. But we're looking up to the next guy, or we're looking up to Blake. You understand?
Yeah,
He's made his name so much so that it's AKA now. You know, when he releases something, yeah, we'd listen because it's AKA, but we're not looking up to him for the newest slang, for the there's Aries for that. There's Blakey for that. He's made his name. He's a legend. He had 4 years of his time. Now when he releases music, he releases because it's AKA.
Yeah.
You understand? That's where the 7 years thing comes. So meaning, if I get into the game, or I am in the game now, I've got 4 years to make a lot of money, to venture into other businesses, to tap into other things. God willing, I do get to 7 years and I'm still relevant. I can still make it, yes. But by the time I get to 7 years, imagine, bro, how many artists would have been in the game? You understand? It will be like JTtheVoice is doing an event now in Joburg Theatre. Blakey is the new artist, is doing an event now in, what's the next theatre? Maybe in State Theatre.
Yeah.
People are most probably going to flock to Blakey's event. Compared to mine, it's going to be people that vibe with me. They trust me, they know what I can give them. But because we are humans, we are curious, we want to know what, we're going to go to Blakey's. So how do I stay relevant, or how do I, it's understanding that terminology that once I get into the game, move with energies, create good relationships, vibe with people that vibe with you, because it's industry friends, it's not your friends. I've got my real friends that tell me stuff, but once I get into the game, I'm going to start having industry friends. You know, I'm going to start networking with industry people.
And it's you knowing that it could be temporary.
You understand? So industry people would love you because you're hot.
That's true.
Right? Yeah. But as soon as your time has lapsed, or your time is, they would still be your friends, but it's industry, who's the next guy? It's like newspapers and magazines or reporters and whatever.
Industry people will love you because you're what?
Because you're popping. You're the best thing to take pictures with. I look cool, I'm gonna get likes if I'm shooting with this guy. I know him.
Yeah.
But once you start, it's the distance compared to your real friends now.
Yeah.
Whether you're down, you're up, you're hustling, they're still there.
Sure.
Yeah.
That has been massive.
Insightful, no?
It's quite insightful.
Yeah.
The way you just digested this whole thing is quite insightful. So what would you say to any young upcoming singer, whether rapper, whatever category they're in music? What advice would you give to them, having been that you have so much experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been in the field for ages.
Yeah. Always hit the ground running. You go to a gig, they don't pay you, hit the ground running. You make a mistake, hit the ground running. Always learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
How do you survive the when there's no money coming in, but you have passion? You know you want to pursue this music,
Sure.
but there's no money coming in, and some days you wake up, you feel frustrated.
Sure, it will frustrate you. It will frustrate you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're upcoming, you're an underdog. Nothing is expected from an underdog, right? Start a business, start something, do something to fund the initial thing.
Yeah.
Because now it will be a problem if we see you are famous, but you're selling at the corners, right? You're not an underdog anymore. But when you're an underdog, you can create events like I'm doing. You can sell merchandise. You can. There's a lot of things you can do, because as long as you've got 10 people that really, really rock with you, like, we know Kells is going to be the next big thing. You've got 10, convert the 10 to 20, and then sell them your stuff. Sell them your t-shirt, and if I sold Kells or I sold JT this t-shirt, it's 100 rand. And Kells, because of Kells, I've got 5 more people that I can tap into. So there's a lot of streams. You just need to apply this passion into how can I monetize it? Because you're an underdog, right? You're an underdog. If I'm sitting here and I'm doing a gig with Zexpantwini. Zexpantwini is known. I'm an underdog. People know me. Whether I make a mistake on stage, I'm an underdog.
But are you allowed to make a mistake on
Because I'm
stage?
an underdog. But with Zex, he can't. His failures are now on a bigger stage, on a bigger scale, compared to the underdog. So always hit the ground running. Don't compete, but learn. Because sometimes we compete with people that we should be learning from. Mentorship is key. Always tell a lot of guys, like, you sing, I sing. I can tell you this, I can tell you. Don't compete, because when you compete with me, the reasons we're in this thing together are not the same. My first album I released when I was 26. My subject matter is different to somebody who releases an album is 22.
Basically, you're saying collaboration is better than competition.
Way better. Way better. My first album was 26.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm naming it my mother. So I know what's at stake. I know why I'm singing. I know why I'm doing events. I know why I'm traveling. I know why I go to interviews. Compared to somebody who releases an album at the 18, subject matter is not the same. Create a huge room to learn. Don't compete.
So basically what we always ask our guest is, from now on, JT, where does he see or vision himself to be in the next 5 or 10 years to come?
What about tonight? What about today?
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, I have a huge passion for fashion.
Yeah.
That was just supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Building building the next musician. That's where I see myself. Acquiring all this information that I'm getting and giving it to somebody to run. That's how you need to pass the baton at some stage. Can't be singing forever, can't be traveling forever. So in the next 5 years, hopefully would have won a couple of awards. You know, would have put my name up there with a lot of people. Would have brought enough attention to Ratanda.
There's a lot of talent. That's quite right.
I pray, bro, like if I make it, I don't forget. If another musician from Ratanda makes it, they don't forget. They try to bring the light, like, because it's like Ratanda is here. And the light is here. It just needs somebody to say, guys, here we are.
Here's the light, yeah.
We've got designers here, we've got photographers here, we've got singers here, we've got a lot of guys here. Businessmen. It's just a matter of saying JT is there. Surely he can twist Selimatunze to come. He can twist SABC to come. He can twist Channel O to come. He can twist Top Billing to come. He can twist all these things to come because of your name. Because with your name comes responsibility.
Sure.
I can come on TV and say, guys, please make sure that you visit my hood. We've got X amount of things that are happening. That's our main responsibility. Not getting on TV and talking about how much we have or whatever. It's making sure where we're from, there's another guy who's actually from there that's going to be where we are. And then when they are there, it's going to be easier. It's like football, man. Davidson, you know, they've given X amount of players.
Yeah,
it's easier for the first guy to say, I'm from Davidson. Okay, if he's from Davidson, surely there's a lot of talented Davidson.
That's true.
Let's focus there.
Let's focus there.
It's the same with music. If I make it, I win 2 metros, I win 2 summers, I win BETs, whatever. Where is he from? Ratanda. Let's actually go check out the vibe there. That's what we need to do.
Sure.
Always mention where you're from. Mention the people that love you. Mention the reason you're doing this, and mention your love for the art, because I love music.
You love music, yeah.
I can get into the studio now and I hear a beautiful song. I'm not gonna want to touch it because I'm a fan of music.
I'm curious about one question.
Another guy would get into the studio and they hear like, yo, this is a vibe. I can't miss out. I need to get into it. Wrong intuition. With me, I'm a fan of music. I always advise. And also, traveling opens up your mind to a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I've heard with if you're a musician, I don't know with you, but anyway, people shouldn't feel offended or anyhow.
Sure.
The ladies.
The ladies.
Like when you're hitting your thing there on stage, like there's always a lady eyeing on you. I mean, I don't remember which year you had a lady, you had the South African flag, and then she came on stage. I was there. I was taking the video. I just want to ask, like, with the ladies. I love ladies, so I don't know about you.
It's a beautiful night tonight. If this is your girlfriend, don't know how she said. She's with the band.
Ladies, thank you for supporting me. This one. Ladies, thank you for supporting me, for vibing with me. With regards to that lady, it's the music, bro.
It's the music.
It made her come through and feel the vibe. I get that a lot. I think when you're good at something, people are about to be responsive to it, right?
Must be the ladies.
Even the gents come, they tip me, they give me money when they perform.
But the gents, JT, I some born. I will be the ladies. I said not guy performing. I'm not saying some born.
In the comments on the section, tell me if it's true or not.
No, man. It's been nice having you. So from my side, I'm good with the questions. So I don't know with the crew if there's something they would want to ask. I don't know. Or Mama wants to ask something.
Is the mic testing on the mic?
Yes.
I just want to know, who do you see yourself collaborating with from this point on?
I'm a huge fan of D'Angelo. He's literally he's the guy who did Black Messiah. He's literally the #1 guy.
International, so nationally?
Internationally. Then locally, Super Mega is also my idol or idol. Love AKA.
Would you say you'd want to tap into like a different sound that you have right now?
With me, anything goes. Because there's a difference between a performing artist and a recording artist. the performing and the recording, right? I'm both. So I can get into the studio because I'm a recording artist and Kells plays me a beat. I'll drop with the beat because I'm also recording. Then there's this thing of I'm just performing artist. Studio is not my forte. So with me, if the energy is right, also Anati is also one guy I would love to work with. So if the energy is right, you drop me a beat, you know, I'm
get
sure
into
we'll
it,
do
yeah.
So it's Anati, aka and D'Angelo.
What about Zonke?
I heard you mentioning that poetry, but I spoke to one of your childhood friends and they said to you, the best memories or childhood memories that they have with you is when you guys would prepare for battles in high school, just in case something comes about. So it not only started from poetry, but also rapping.
So when I started, it was with poetry, and then when you get to high school, because I was attending a Guru middle school, like a boarding school situation. During break, with guys from Soweto, guys from Fosco, guys from Straightfield, Ratanda, battle cats. I mean, I can do this. I actually went. I can actually do
Boarding school.
beatbox, and then someone is spitting. Okay, I can actually, instead of, because you know poetry is a bit softer, you can need sometimes harder, sometimes. But with this thing, I think I can transcend the line and get into it. Yeah, we used to rehearse, break. When it's weekends, you know, Mondays, yeah, so we need to be prepared. So
Alright, so thank you so much for joining us. We are
thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
Hopefully, we'll have you back. Let me see. We can't make a promise. But
Soon.
hopefully soon. Thank you, man.
I want to send a shout out to everybody. Kells, thank you for having me over.
No, you're welcome, man.
Panda and Don. Don has been traveling with me to a couple of gigs.
Oh, nice.
And to everybody that rocks with me, I really, really do appreciate it. If anything, please do take the music adopts and make it your own. Vibe with it, create memories, make
We
beats
intend to.
with the
We
music.
intend to.
And yeah, man, love the songs. Doctor and from JT, I really, really do love you.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you wherever life is going to take us.
No, thanks, man. So which camera am I looking at for goodbyes? This one. So that has been our show today. We have Mike Tyson, JTtheVoice. So in the boxing ring right now, and he's knocking me like crazy, man. So it's hashtag Talks with Kells. We out. Thank you, guys.
I'm where I wanna. It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. Say, where I should be. Oh, there I know in your arms, in your arms. That's where I should be. Say, my son. Stay for till I die. Alright. You know what you say? I really wanna be with you, baby. Cause most of love's hard. It's true love, you know? You know what you said? You said, my son losing. Stay for till I die. Stay with you, baby.